Hello and welcome to Supernatural Lifeline Revelations. I am your host, TNT, Prophetess TNT, Taryn Tarver. We are throwing out this amazing lifeline to you. Today, what is so amazing is that I get to actually talk with some of my artists on our record label, Lifeline TNT Worship. And a lot of people have been messaging me, DMing me, like, who are these people? Where did they come from? Out of nowhere. So it's a real blessed opportunity that I get to actually talk with some of my artists that I just love so dearly, and I appreciate them. And so today we have with us Anointed Hope, a.k.a. Alma, but this is Anointed Hope. And then we have Skylar Rain. Now, what we love about these two is they actually helped produce Bestie. So these are our artists that are singing on Bestie. Bestie has been sweeping the nation. Lifeline TNT Worship really came together when YouTube kept banning us for playing other people's music. And we were like, we're just going to make our own music. And I started looking and saying, like, what do we have? Like, how do we use this for our good? Well, what I started doing was I went to old music I'd made like in 2005, but, you know, I didn't put it out. Mm-hmm. So if you're out there and you're watching this and maybe you did a project that just sat there, don't worry, just chill. There's a time and there's a season. It was not my season to release those songs. Matter of fact, it was really awesome because one of the songs, Changing from the Inside, had Eric Condon on it, who now came back, and it's been a revelation for him and a rejuvenation for him to get back into doing music because he didn't think anything would happen from it. And so here we are, and I'm fast forward. We started making music, and we made Shannon, and Shannon means the favor of God, because everybody knows, like, he is my God of favor. And so I'm sharing the God of favor with the world. I'm sharing the God of favor with you guys. And so each CD is significant of who God is to Prophetess TNT. And so for you to experience that, you get to experience it in a multifaceted way, and you get to experience all my experiences, and you get to attach yourself to it. So Shannon came about when we actually... God told me, you're going to do the favor of God. I said, okay, so he's my God of favor. So our first songs were Desire and God of Favor. And it was really beautiful because the angel of the Lord literally gave me the chorus, gave me the songs, and I just sang it into the phone. Everybody knows I can't sing like I preach unless I'm under the anointing, okay? All right, Skylar, I know you're just looking at me. And so when they came out, I was like, this is really good. And then it was like, hey, I know this girl I met this rapper. This girl's was 17 years old, but she was so beautiful. She cried in my arms the first day I met her. When I heard her voice, I was like, she's so dope. Like, she is dope. She's got bars for days. Like, to me, when I saw Anointed Hope, I saw MC Light. When I saw her, I saw Queen Latifah. When I saw her, I saw Lauryn Hill. I saw truth, I saw honesty, I saw a young woman who loved God. And we only met for like 15 minutes, but we connected on IG. And I reached out to Anointed Hope, and I'm like, hey, you want to do a song? What was that like the day I reached out to you?
That was crazy. Like... I've said it before, like, literally just meeting you and being with you this time has really pushed me into my purpose, because you already saw the purpose in me. Yes. And you've really directed me in so many ways. It's crazy. But literally when I got that text, I was all like, yes, like, no hesitation, like, yes, I want to do this song.
Oh my goodness. It was wonderful because you had started coming to Bible study. Your life was changing. You're like, yo, we got this power. We got this authority. We got this dunamis. That power, you're not used to this. We unbothered by your foolishness. You know, and I just loved it because what I liked, even when you did that song, was like, you put your whole experience with the ministry into that. And it was so beautiful because I was like, I remember Prophet Passion's like, do a song with your name in it. I'm like, if anybody knows me, like, there's no way I'm going to go blasting my name around. Right. Like, Taryn in Tarver. Like, I'm just not going to do it. You know, it's just not my thing. That's not how I am. I wasn't going to do that. So he was like, no, they have to remember your name. It was a good marketing strategy. They have to know your name. They come to see who you are, and then it'll be stuck in their mind. I was like, okay. So I want you to do a song and just put Taryn and Tarver in it somewhere. And I remember you were like, just to say the name is hard.
It's so awkward.
Tell me about that. What was
It's
it like?
because you're Mama T. Like, I honor and reverence you. Like, it's so weird. Like, I know you would never say Papa Lovi's name. And
Oh, no.
And I was like, so I have to say it? Like, I didn't even know how to say your name.
That was so amazing.
Yeah, like
That would be me. But Papa Lo, I mean, literally, I don't know if I could do it. If someone asked me, it would be very hard for me because of the respect I hold for him. I know what you're saying. So when you just said it like that, I saw myself like trying to look him in the face and say his name. I don't even think I could look him in the face. And it's not about worshiping a person. It's about honoring them. I respect and love and know what a great man of God he is. It's like my dad. I don't think I've ever called him his first name to his face. It would be kind of strange.
Right.
I really loved when I heard it because you know what makes your guys' music work is because you believe everything you're saying. You're not like, yeah, I'm this rapper out here and we smoke weed all night and, you know, I'm getting these guns and we about to go shoot up and you ain't never shot up nothing. You know, that's not what it was about. It was like you guys believed it. You didn't have to be phony about it. You could just flow with it. And it was so amazing to see you do that. But to see you come out and then everybody was like, yo, who is this? So Papa Lo, I send him Shannon, the favor of God, and he sends me one word back, power. And that was your song.
Shy.
I can cry right now. Like, seriously. And I was like, yes. You know, you got to know Papa. He's like a man of few words. So for him to say that, I was like, wow. So I knew that he really liked your flow. And so skip forward, we get to the next CD. And we're doing Ahava. The love of God. Now you get to experience my God who loves me and he can love you. You get to experience the God that gave his son for me and he can give it up for you. You get to experience his strength, his might, his splendor. You get to know my God. You get to have all these experiences and I'm so excited about it, right? And I'm like, this is so fresh. Like the love of God is like to be loved, you know, then you can learn to love other people, you could love yourself, and you really feel loved by God, you know. So we're in there, and I knew right then, Papa likes Anointed Hope. We're gonna make a song, and we are going to celebrate Papa Lo. What was it like when I reached out to you and I asked you to do Papa Lo Revelation song?
I was, I was like, my mind was blown because I was all like, I remembered a message that you gave one night, and it was talking about how God's gonna give people your name, that people you don't even know, your name's gonna be in that room, that he's gonna put you in places.
Wow.
And literally, it was through you. Like, I was like, what? Like, because I had never met Papa Lovi before. Like, I had just been watching, like, his lives and been like, oh, dang, that's crazy. Like, getting all that revelation. And I was like, of course. Like, without a heartbeat, like, whatever
and then I
I
sent
can
you
do
things
to honor
that he would,
y'all.
like, say,
Yes.
his sayings, his character, his humility, his love, his generosity. Like, I sent you all these characteristics in a list, and you were so awesome with it. Like, you just came back with this, like, and the beat was awesome. Shout out to C Goods. Like,
yes, it was
I think
so
he let you
beautiful.
choose the beat that he
Yes.
wanted. It was really great. My cousin, who I'd never partnered with, I got to partner with him out of Portland, Oregon, as a producer, and he came up with the music. And like, you chose your music, and it was so fly. From the second I hit play, I was like, he's a grandpapa showstopper. I ain't right with God, then you gotta go, Papa. I was like, yes! It was so beautiful. And but what's so great is at my graduation, so Papa's introducing me, and if anybody knows this was a classic moment. We're like, Alma, you want to come? You're going to sing it with Papa Lo. You're like, yeah, but she had never seen Papa Lo in person before. So Papa Lo realizes somebody's singing, and he realizes the music is about him, and
then he
you
looked
know,
at me,
and he
and
was
I,
so
like-
funny. He was like, "Oh, this is my song," and he looks at you. And
started
what happened?
dancing. He got so
I
into it.
blanked out so hard. like literally, I was just like,
Thank God we
Nervous
didn't have a
laughter.
live. It was a track playing. Thank God.
I got so like, I don't know, I just got super nervous, like, because I'm already nervous around you, and like.
Why? You're my kid.
Yeah, but you're still the honor and the respect. Like, you are so powerful and so amazing in the spirit. Like, how could that not make someone nervous?
Oh. Yeah, I just look at you guys like you guys are all my kids. It's so amazing. That moment was really great. Was the graduation lit or what?
Oh, it was beautiful. It was powerful.
We were all
it
turned
was
up
funny.
in there. It was really funny. We were all cutting up in there. That's one of us. I love it. But that's our Revelation vibe. We're so free that it really does bother a lot of religion and a lot of religious people. And to be able to do such a great thing, it was awesome. Just, you know, one day that really touched my heart was one day, here I am, I don't know where I'm at, but I get this text and it's like, Mama T. And I'm like, yes, Fabian. He's like, can you send me Papa Lo's song? Now, I know I already sent it to him before, right? But he didn't respond. So I was like, okay. But Papa's like gets a million messages, so that doesn't mean anything, you know? He probably never seen it, so I don't know if he has or hasn't. I figure like I'll bring it up at some point in time. And so what happens is when he asked me, I was like, okay. So I sent it to him. I don't go like, well, I already sent it to you. Like, no, you just move quickly because that's just the honor and reverence. So I was like, here, I sent it to him. I think I hit up Skylar and she sent it to me. I sent it to him. And I said, what did you need the song for? Oh, Papa Lo was going into meditation and he wanted to listen to the song.
Deep.
That's
Yes.
wow.
Yes. I was so excited. I thought, this is what, yes. And then everybody said that when they went into that one part was that, you know, Cabra Soto. If you only know, then you don't know. And he said everybody in the room was like, ah! It was just so perfect. And so your bars are amazing. When did you know that you wanted to rap? What was your inspiration?
Ooh, okay.
Tell me about that.
Ever since I was little, I know I've always been wanting to do music. My dad never really wanted me to get into the industry like that because, you know, everyone's seen the industry before.
Yeah.
It's not a place for children.
It's not.
But I don't know, like, I've always sang, I've always written poems. Like, I started just writing poems in high school, just in class, scribbling in my little notebook. And literally after I got saved, God just started dropping words. Like, I didn't know how to pray, you know? And so what I would do is I would just, like, I would just rap to God.
Oh, my gosh,
just start
I love
writing
this.
and be like, God, like, I don't know how to express this, but for some reason, when we're just in that place, when I'm writing music, like, anything that needed to come out will come out.
Oh, I love that. Now, you know, I remember I was somewhere in Kim Clement, that's a mighty prophet that passed on. There was another guy that was there with him, and they were doing some kind of something, you know, and I saw the guy on TBN a lot. He was a prophet, but he could only rap the prophecies.
Oh, that's so
Only.
cool.
Oh, yeah. White guy, not a lot of rhythm, totally just rapping them. And he would just be like, the Lord is going to take you through because he always knew that you were going to, you know, that you were going to do. And I was just like, and you could just sound like, hey. Yeah.
I received.
They brought me here to say, and I was just like, yeah. And it was so amazing. And so it made me think of that, like, you cannot dictate how your prayer can be. That's intimate between you and God, and that's so beautiful. Like, so when we did Bestie, like, I know this is where I'm gonna bring in, like, man, Skylar Rain, like, how you guys came up with Bestie, it was so awesome because literally my best friend, Reverend Mans, walks in. I was doing an appreciation dinner for the spiritual kids, and here we are in this room. We're all decked out. You know, I like the kids. They're kids. You guys are kids, but, you know, I like you guys to dress up. And I put all my guys in suits. Like, you can wear skinny jeans and ripped jeans anytime you want, but I want you to be classy, okay? I want you to understand that you got to be able to walk into the president's dinner with the president. And you can, you know, if you got to go get grimy and go build a house and go to Africa and get dirty, we can get dirty, but we got to be able to dress up. A lot of people can dress down, but they can't dress up. So it's good for when I have something, I'm like, you guys come, we're doing It's black tie, bring your gowns. The husband and wives come together. So it's great. I wanted to celebrate them. So I bought all this really nice, elegant stuff that the kids could really just sit down and could look beautiful. So it looks great in there. And I'm like, oh, this is so awesome. Like, we're celebrating the kids just because they work so hard. So I just wanted to celebrate the kids. And best friend, Reverend Deborah Mance, a.k.a. Rev, says she can't come. So I'm like, okay, I understand. We just had been doing a lot of stuff, and I was like, she can't make it. So I was like, man. So what I did was, I'm sitting up there, and all of a sudden, Rev walks in, and I'm like the little kid, because I'm like, Bestie is here. And so all the spiritual kids got up and started saying, get it, Bestie, get it, Bestie, get it, Bestie, get it, Bestie, get. And she was doing this, and then I started walking over to her, and you see us embrace and hug. And you see everybody, like, up cheering, right? The next day, I had to go to Sacramento. And I get up there, and I'm like, I really can't stand that best friend song, saying they're bad bees. Like, it has a cool beat, and I can't hear little girls say that. If my daughter's 9 years old, she's saying that, we're about to have problems. And I was like, this is not going to work. I was like, they need to know what classy and elegant, and make class beautiful again. Make it attractive. Like, make businesses and being able to have something and make something and make it fun. And little girls to look up to people that wear suits and clothes. And, you have uniform, and you can have your creativity. And so what, your hair is purple over here or whatever, but you're classy. Next thing you know, I sent some words over, and it was so crazy because the next day, so get this, God told me the beat. And it was crazy because I was like, Lord, what kind of beat should I do? And I don't know Missy Elliott's song. This sounds really crazy. Please forgive me for anybody that's religious. It's going to really rock you. I promise I'm saved and sanctified and filled with His Holy Spirit. Do you know that I hear this in my head, ding, 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 ding. And I was like, what is that, God? And he's like, Missy Elliott. And I was like, get your freak on. I'm like, get your freak on. That's what I'm trying to get away from. Like, but as soon as I hear the beat, I was like, that's it. Because if you don't have a catchy beat, the kids aren't going to rock it. Yeah. So I sent it to him. I said, I need something like this, but not like this. I need something like this and not like this. I put the two together, sent it to him. I don't know what Skylar did, what she got in there. Skylar flowed. It was so amazing. I was like, Skylar Rain. As soon as I heard it, Bestie was with me. I was like, do you hear this? But I heard in the spirit, Alma. She's the missing piece to this. And I said, send it to Alma. Next thing you know, when you guys send it back to me, I was like, Jesus, you are so amazing. And then it pushed everything. Like, our project wasn't supposed to release. You guys pushed that project because we started playing it before we were supposed to. And everybody was like, get it, Bestie. Where's that song? I need that song. Yo, that's a banger. We were like, ah. So we had to rush. Next thing you know, we're on billboards. We're in Times Square. What was that like to see yourself in Times Square and you're 19 years old and you're just getting going and God is pushing it and you're doing music for the Lord?
It's beyond what I can imagine.
What did it feel like? Were your friends like, what is going on? What did your family say?
Literally everyone, I was like, oh yeah, like I'm on Times Square because I don't know, I get nervous a lot because I'm just like, this is like a lot. Like I am just 19 and some people never even see what I've already seen so far. Like there's some rappers who work their whole life and they never even get to Times Square, and I've been doing this for with God, I've been doing this for 2-3 years. And just how fast God's moving everything, it's like His overwhelming love.
Oh. and divine connections.
Yes.
And someone, I love that. Skylar Rain, you've been so amazing coming from North Carolina and moving out here with $200 to your name. God has allowed you to make it. Literally working with the ministry and not even mentioning that you could actually sing. Everyone, Skylar kidded. I almost killed her when I found out that she could sing. I had to hear it through a prophecy. She said, I've been wanting to do it my whole life. I looked at her like, wait a minute. You let me look for singers. I'm looking for singers and you can sing? What are you doing? And it was so amazing because then I was like, that's it. you're doing a song. I'd never even heard her before. So Prophet Passion comes into town, and I'm like, Prophet, she can sing. Now, I've never heard her sing, but I know the Spirit of God said she could sing. So I put her and Dominique in the studio, and he was like, the white one is doing good. I was like, that one? He was like, yes, she's very good. And I was like, yes. And we just started making music. So you have such a talent and an ability. What does it feel like to finally be able to be out there, to be working for the Lord, to be worshiping, singing, being creative? What is that like for you?
Well, it's so crazy because it is true that ever since, even like Alma said, since I was a child, like I was always called to that area. I always knew I would end up doing it. It was like my one desire in this life that I felt like I was called to do so strongly. But there had been like, it was like the year right before I met you, I went through this period where I was like, I felt like the desire was so strong that it was like almost too much. And I told God, like, if this isn't what I'm supposed to do, like, I need confirmation that this is what I'm put on this earth to do, because I don't want it to be consuming. You know what I mean? I want you to be before this desire I have and before music and all this. I want you to have the first place in everything in my life. So I stopped making music for like this 6 month period. I stopped doing everything that I was doing, because when I first moved out here, I was really in the mainstream industry, and I stopped doing everything, and I just really sought after God for that whole time period. And I'll never forget it. It was the first time I've ever had an encounter with the prophetic. I went to this random church service. I just felt like I should go, and it was crazy. Like, I just came so hungry, and the prophet he called me out, and he said, "You're an artist." The Lord says, I had gotten so sick the day before, and I was like crazy sick, and I knew it was like some kind of attack, because I wasn't even feeling bad or anything, and I couldn't breathe. Like I was having problems breathing. And so I go to this service, and he's like, the Lord says he's expanding your lungs. He says you are an artist, you are a singer, and he prophesied all of these things, which you actually confirmed through prophecy. He was like, you're going to work with Justin Bieber. You said the same thing about Justin Bieber.
What was this?
that I have a recording of it. She
really?
never remembers
what was
what
this?
she prophesies. This was a couple months ago. You said Justin Bieber's name. You said Travis Barker. I can't remember his name. The drummer. You prophesied.
Really?
Yeah.
It was deep.
What was it like when you first met me?
When I first met you, I met you at the perfect time. The first time I ever encountered you, it was a one-on-one. And the first thing you said is, I see you holding a microphone, and I see you singing to God.
Really?
And you said, the angels love it. You say, God loves it, the angels love it. I see you doing this. I see you working on your computer. And at that time, I was just mixing music on my computer.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the first thing you said to me, and I was like, okay, she hears from God. You know what I mean? Because I had never encountered her before. I was like, oh, and it was exactly what I needed to hear in that moment. And I was like, oh, I have to be connected. After that, it was over, and then I had attended a prophetic school right after that. I had talked to you, and then I just was like, how can I help? And it's ever since
how
then.
did you allow the whole CD of Shannon to go through it? We did a whole CD, and you did not even say a word about you singing.
At that point, it was like in all honesty, I didn't want to put myself first. I was like, in my mind, it was almost like I was sewing. Like, I knew that there was a time that I was going to do it, but I wanted to help, and I wanted to put this project out, and I cared a lot about it. And I just didn't interject. I could have said something, but I didn't. And I know me and Mel, like, we worked really hard on the project, and it came out amazing. And I was really happy to be a part of it in that way.
And it's certainly evolving. I mean, just even with you and Rico Infinity, the songs that you guys come up with, the 300L, we've got some stuff that's coming out that's going to blow your mind. And the songs keep coming. I mean, I'm like, is this good? I went on a sabbatical, and I wrote 4 songs in the middle of my sabbatical, and I wrote 12 messages. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, God, like, this is a lot. Like, you know, and I just love seeing this. What's it been like when you made Bestie? What was the feeling? What is it like to have these moments?
It was so fun. Like you said, I think the reason that this music is powerful is because we're being authentic and we're being true. We're not saying or singing anything that we don't really mean. And so it was so fun because we're friends, and like everyone in the studio that night was really close, who they love God. We were all really good friends, and the energy, everything was so good. It was so easy to make because you didn't even have to think about it. Like it just flowed, and it was fun. Like we wanted that. We wanted people to feel that. So being a part of it was amazing, and it wasn't like we were overthinking it or trying so hard. It was just like, this is it. This is the song. Like
so when you guys realize like, Mama T really has a plan. Like, I'm very driven, so you guys know, like, deadlines, I'm about those deadlines.
Halfway.
I don't do anything halfway. I'm like, we're going to do this. It's going to be done. And there's a lot to that, you know. Just like in one word, since we're, like, closing, what was it like to see yourself, like this is manifesting, there's videos out, like, we're doing this?
It's just unreal because I feel like so much was leading up to this moment that I'm in now. You know, I feel like there was training. I feel like there was testing. I feel like everything happened exactly how it was supposed to get to this moment, and now it's time to be released and for everything to unfold.
So you ready for everything that's coming, Anointed Hope?
As ready as I can be. Just flowing.
Skylar Rain, you guys ready?
Yes.
Going with God, and He's going with us.
Amen.
Man, it's been absolutely amazing here. I want to thank my guests, Skylar Rain and Anointed Hope. You hear them on Bestie. Go download it wherever you're at. You will love this song, Lifeline TNT Worship. So much more to come from them. They're also featured on Shannon with Anointed Hope and our newest and latest project, which is Exousia, the Authority of God, and we're working on another CD as well. Do we even say that anymore? CD, release, record, CD, disc, album, 8-track.
All of it.
It's been all that. But literally in our new projects, but we have so much coming, including our documentary, so you can look them up and follow them on Instagram at Skylar Rain and at Anointed Hope, which is actually, it's under Anointed Hope, right?
Yes.
So we love you. We thank God for each and every one of you. Thank you for your time. I cannot wait to see how God elevates you guys and watch you guys grow into everything that He has for you. This has been a real blessing, just being able to be connected. I'm honored to be able to know you guys and help you guys just to push you into the destiny and purpose that God has for you. Blessings. Have a good one.